All right, Rock Addicts, this is DJ REM, and I have Tim from the band Soil on the line. How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing really good. Can you start by introducing yourself and the other members of the band that are not with us today?
Sure. It's Tim. I play bass in Soil. We also have Ryan McCombs on vocals, Adam Zadell on guitar, and our touring drummer Mitch Gable.
Very cool. How long has Soil been around totally?
We actually formed in January of 1997, so we're going on 16 years this year.
That's awesome. Very cool. So what's going on with you guys as far as touring and live shows and stuff right now?
We just finished up a little string of shows this weekend, and then we've got some festivals that we're doing next weekend, and then we're going out on a full-fledged tour for almost all of August and September. We're going out with Dope, and then we'll hit back in Europe in November and December. And the new record, Hole, which is the first record with Ryan back since 2004's Redefine, is coming out August 20th.
That's amazing. I have to ask you, how was the show at Planet Rockin' Friday night? Everything go pretty good?
Hey, they got a little drunk out, but other than that, it was cool. We always have a blast there. They're good people over there, and it's always a great place to play. So we had a really good time. In fact, our drummer Mitch talked some guy into letting him mace him, and sprayed a whole can of pepper spray in this guy's eyes, and he flipped out on it. So we've been laughing about that video all weekend.
That's killer. That's killer. Yeah, that's only about. I found out too late that you guys are going to be there, but that's about 45 minutes from me actually.
Oh, you should have came out. We had a blast that night. You were witnessing some mayhem.
That's very cool. Yeah, I'm actually heading that way this Wednesday, but I was definitely bummed that I missed you guys, but I'm glad you guys had a good show.
We will be at the intersection in Grand Rapids. I think it's October 2nd, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, awesome.
With Dope, so you got to come out for there. We'll make up for it.
Yeah, I'd see you guys in Dope together. That'd be killer. Definitely. So tell me a little bit about this album that's getting ready to hit in August. How long has this been in the making?
Well, we reunited with Brian in September of 2011, and we had talked about doing a new record and stuff, and kind of casually written some songs and whatnot. So we really started putting it together within the last 6 months, and we put up everything and hopped in the studio with longtime producer Olive Wild and recorded the whole new record. It's definitely really heavy, really aggressive. Any fans that are fans of the previous stuff that we did with Ryan, it kind of nicely fits right after the Scars record. It's got a lot of piss and vinegar to it, so we're really excited with the way it turned out.
Yeah, because I have to tell you, when I heard Ryan was back, and then I heard Shine On, I was like, oh my God, this sounds so much like the Scars album in a way, and that is by far, because I've been a fan since that album came out, so I'm a longtime fan. So just the fact that I get to talk to you is really cool to me.
Oh, nice, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with us for so long. We've definitely had some ups and downs, but with Ryan back, we're back on a high note, and he's definitely the true voice of the band. And to have me, him, and Adam all playing together again is just an amazing thing.
Yeah, it's very cool. I'm sure all the other fans out there are very pleased as well.
Yeah, the reaction for the new record has been stellar so far for the people that hear it. I'm really excited to hear, how everybody else thinks of it after it gets released in August.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear the whole album, because I know I'll be playing the whole thing on my show. So
awesome, I appreciate it, brother.
No problem. Before I forget, too, I want to give a big, huge thanks to Shauna O'Donnell for hooking us up. Appreciate that lady a lot.
Shauna's awesome.
So yeah, she always hooks me up with great band. So definitely very appreciative. So what, if you remember back in the day when this all started for you guys, kind of what got Soil together in the beginning?
Well, we were all in death metal bands, actually, and me and Adam and our previous drummer were in a band called Oppressor, and you're just kind of getting burnt on the whole death metal scene with, how heavy can you get, and who's the fastest, and black metal started coming around, and everybody started painting their faces and stuff, and we were just kind of getting really burnt out with the whole thing, and we were like, why don't we, form a band a little side project just to kind of play stuff that, we grew up with, like Aerosmith and Alice in Chains and Corrosion of Conformity type stuff, and just have some fun with it. And we actually ended up doing that. And then I discovered Ryan on a unsigned band compilation. And I'm like, man, this guy's got a killer voice. He's definitely the guy we need to have sing on this. And, we put the whole thing together, and it just kind of took over from there. And it exploded, kind of right off the bat. And we never looked back. It was a really interesting way that it came about, because all we were doing really is just had it as a side project and something fun. And it's probably the best way you can do something, is just on a whim and having fun at it, and then it blows up for you.
Yeah, that's awesome how that turned out so well. It's very cool. So how is it for you guys, now getting Ryan back and kind of getting back, really, I don't know, to me, because I'm kind of stuck on that Scars album, this song kind of makes me feel like you guys are kind of back in your roots kind of thing, if that makes sense. But as far as the music industry itself, I mean, things have changed a lot since those first records, you know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
So how are you guys approaching this differently now than you did back then, I guess?
Well, I mean, as you said, the scene's just changed so much, and, major labels used to be the only catalyst to really break a band huge, and, everybody would kind of follow what the majors were doing and everything, and, in recent years you've seen a bunch of majors merge together and, close their doors and things like that. So it's kind of, in some ways, what we like to refer to as kind of the wild, wild west out there.
Right.
And, there's really no boundaries and no holds barred anymore. I mean, with that being said, it's cool for a band like us because we've already laid all the groundwork. But I really feel for the newer bands coming out, because they're never going to experience all the amazing things that we got to experience when we were, up and coming, and, had, Clive Davis behind us and things like that. But, and then the other thing, in fact, Dave Mustaine from Megadeth was saying this, it's just kind of getting to the point to where anybody can record an album, anybody with a computer, and it's really, kind of oversaturating a lot of things, to where back, in the day you really had to be a talented player to make music. Now everybody's kind of, able just to kind of wing it and cookie cutter it together, which also hurts things a lot, because there's just so much content out there. But, it's good and it's bad in a lot of ways. I mean, naturally good because you can listen and find bands and get into stuff on such an easier level, but on the flip side, people just don't understand that, stealing music kind of takes away from a band being able to do what they want to do,
Yeah, exactly. And I tell you what, and I totally get the oversaturation of the market part, because, I get so much music sent to me, and I have to wade through it all, which in a way is kind of fun, but after a while it becomes kind of, gets kind of old.
For sure.
So now that you guys are, back on the road and everything, do you guys, while you guys are doing shows and touring and stuff, do you guys practice in between, or are you kind of at a point now where you don't really need to do that?
It's funny you say that, because we've had to, figure out which songs off the new record we're going to play live, and we actually haven't been in a practice space with each other in months. So what we've been doing is kind of sound check, just going through them. But we've been a band for so long, we've been playing for so long. It's kind of that thing where you just kind of practice on your own. We get together and we just rehearse it a couple of times and bam. But the days of sitting in the practice space and going through a song 20 times, we don't really need that anymore.
Right. That's probably a relief, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So now I'm gonna take you back to the beginning for you. When you first got into music and started doing everything that you do, what kind of influences did you have or still have in your life that keep you going and keep making you want to keep doing this?
Well, my favorite band in the entire world, and still to this day, is Motley Crue. The first heavy metal album I ever bought was Shout at the Devil, and that band's just kind of gotten me through everything, musically in my career. And I also love bands like Aerosmith and AC/DC and Alice in Chains and a lot of the old classics. And I definitely have a soft spot got my heart for death metal, like Morbid Angel and Carcass and Napalm Death and stuff like that as well. But as far as influences go, bass-wise, I've always loved David Ellefson from Megadeth, John Patitucci, who was a jazz player in Chick Corea Electric Band, Stu Hamm. I always like the people that can keep it in the pocket, but then again, do a little bit of flash here and there to add some flavor.
Yeah, very cool. It's funny too that you say that Motley Crue "Shout the Devil" because that's the first that was the first album I ever bought, and my mom made me take it back because she thought it was satanic.
That was the first record I ever bought too. Welcome to the club. I actually had a poster of Vince Neil up on my wall, and from that session from Hit Parader, and my mom came walking in my room and she's like, that's nice that you're into girls and putting things up on your wall, but didn't you find a girl that was a little bit more curvy? And I'm like, Mom, that's Vince Neil from Motley Crue.
That's hilarious.
No. She's like, oh.
She's like, what's going on here?
Yeah. As a song Bastard got me in a lot of trouble back in 6th grade, I'll tell you that much.
So, was there anybody in your family that was musically talented that kind of helped lead you along too, or?
Not really. My great-grandfather actually was first chair violinist for the Chicago Symphony Orchestra.
That's cool.
And although I never got to meet him because he was gone before I was even born, that's kind of like where I think my musical roots have come from. But other than that, nobody else in my family plays at all.
That's cool, man. So here's, you probably get asked this all the time. I don't know, maybe you don't. How'd you guys come up with the name for the band? Where did Soil come from?
Actually, we were practicing, and our guitar player came into this band called Entombed, and there was a song called Rotten Soil that he was listening to. He's like, he goes, I've been listening to the song Rotten Soil, and I was thinking, what if we just called the band Soil? And snap career decision. We're like, okay,
right,
cool,
Well, that's cool. Never know. That's a very interesting question I ask a lot of times. Sometimes it's just a quick little thing, or sometimes I end up with like a half-hour story. So I never know what I'm going to get when I ask.
Yeah, I mean, if we had a cooler name like 9 Inch Nails or something like that, there'd probably be a little bit more to it. But Soil just kind of was on the tip of the tongue and came about.
That's okay. I like Soil better than 9 Inch Nails. So.
Thanks, brother.
Okay, so where's a good place for people to go to find out more about the band? Where did you guys like people to go to check you out?
Naturally, Facebook's always a good thing, which is facebook.com/soilmusic, or the official website, which is soiltheband.com. That's pretty much got everything that we need to go and check things out on.
Yeah, and I want to say, just so everybody that listens to this interview knows, if you hit these guys up on Soil, on Facebook, somebody will get back to you, because I put a message on there, and like within a half hour I had a response. So it was.
We're pretty good about that. We have an administrator that looks over everything, and if anything is of importance or needs to be answered, it gets to us one way or another. So we definitely are very interactive with all of our network.
Yeah, that's cool. And it was funny too, because what I had done is I had used it to inquire about getting an interview with you guys. And then I had mentioned to Shauna that I was going to hit you guys up for an interview, and she's like, I can help you with that.
Oh, beautiful.
So I was like, hey, that works for me. Okay, so you kind of mentioned, I think you mentioned who produced this record, but what recording studio did you guys use?
We went to Ulrich Wild out in Los Angeles, California, at his studio complex called the Wilderness. That's where we did the record.
Okay. Have you used them before, or was this the first time for you guys?
Ulrich did the True Self record, and he partially produced the Picture Perfect record.
Okay.
So, we've been using him for quite a long time. He's fucking awesome.
Very cool. So here's a question specifically for you. If I grabbed your iPod, your MP3 player, however you like to listen to music, what bands would I find you listening to right now?
I'm Captain Old School. You'd find a lot of 80s hair metal in there, and probably a few Metallica albums and stuff like that. But I've always been a huge fan of stuff like Motley Crue and Dokken and LA Guns and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of my go-to stuff. But I also like a lot of new bands. Like I really like this band called Art of Dying.
Yep.
And they're an awesome band. And that new device is really cool with David Draymond. I like that a lot. So I definitely listen to new things, but I always have my go-tos,
Yep. And I tell you what, if you're a fan, and I don't know if you follow it much, but if you're a fan of the whole, the 80s metal sound, there's a lot of really killer bands coming out of Europe right now that have kind of similar sounds. It's very cool.
I've noticed that. There's actually a band called Crucified Barbara, which I really like. Out of Sweden, I think. And they kind of have that little throwback to them.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, there's a band that I like. They're called Valor, and they're from Greece, and they're amazing.
Nice.
But okay, so so obviously this new record's coming out in August. I mean, you guys have like some goal set where you're hoping where this goes with this new album and the new tour and everything.
I mean, we've been doing this for so long. We put out stuff and we write from shoot from the hip and write from the heart, and just hope people enjoy it. There's really no other goal than get the music out there and go out and tour and play the shows and do what we do. And the rest just kind of happens the way it happens. So.
Right. As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool. So what's the craziest thing, and it doesn't have to be bad crazy, it can be good crazy. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you guys, or you personally, in a live show you've done?
Oh, I don't even know, man. There's been so many things over the years. There was this one time we were on Ozfest, and in 2002, and our drummer got a massage from one of the massage tables, and they weren't cleaning off the table. He actually got scabies.
Ooh.
And didn't know it, and infected the entire bus. So we had to fumigate everything. Everybody had to put on, this lotion from head to toe. And God, we wanted to kill him. But, that was brutal.
Yeah, it is.
But, there's always something that happens, some sort of hijinks. I mean, you're basically what we call there's like the land pirates. You're basically on a pirate ship sailing from port to port every day. So, crazy things will happen.
Yeah, very cool. Or not very cool, I guess, in that one instance.
Yeah, not that one, but other times, yeah, definitely.
Who's your favorite band that you guys have got to play with?
Oh, there's been so many. I mean, that Ozzy Rob Zombie Mudvayne tour we did was awesome. We've been out with Shinedown a few times. Those guys are always amazing to tour with. We actually did that tour, the No Rest for the Liver tour. We went to Europe with Damage Plan, and Diane, God rest his soul, was an amazing dude, and Vinny and all. We had a blast on that. I mean, we pretty much get along with everybody that we go out with. Those are some really good, memorable moments for sure.
Okay, very cool. Okay, now it's time for the most important question of the interview, so I hope you're ready.
All right.
Which one of you guys spends the most time in front of a mirror for you guys go do a show?
Oh, me for sure. I'm always doing something.
So you're the pretty boy of the band then?
Yeah.
Okay.
My hair is super curly if I let it air dry some. I want the flat iron and all that other crap. So yeah, I'm definitely the girl of the band.
Well, that's cool, man. Okay, anything else you would like people to know about Soil? Because, this interview is going to go out to a lot of people that may not even have heard of you guys or, are just beginning to learn of you. So
definitely check us out. We have definitely a long history of music and a huge catalog of material. So, check out Soil, and definitely if you enjoy it, look for the new record called Whole on August 20th, and we hope you enjoy it.
Very good, and I can attest, I think you will definitely enjoy it, and just so you know, I've been playing the new track on my show, and I've also been playing some of the old tracks off the Scars album, because like I said, that's like one of my favorites ever, so.
Killer, man, I appreciate it.
So last thing I'd like to ask, if you don't mind, is I'd love a couple radio tags from you.
Sure.
So the first one, if you can, say this is Tim from the band Soil, and you're listening to rockaddictradio.com.
Hey, this is Tim from Soil, and you're listening to rockaddictradio.com. Turn it up.
And then the second one, the exact same thing, but just throw in there that you're listening to DJ REM at Rock Addict Radio.
Hey, this is Tim from Sawyer. You're listening to DJ REM at Rock Addict Radio. Turn that shit up now.
Very cool, man. Well, thanks again for taking time to chat with me. within the next week or so, I'll have this edited and I'll have it up on YouTube and I'll share it on your Facebook page and Shauna and everybody else. So
Beautiful. Thanks, man. I appreciate the interview.
yep, thank you. Please tell the rest of the guys in the band I said hello, and I wish you guys the best of luck on your tours and stuff.
Thanks, brother.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
Yep, take care.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.